Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer and welcome to another one of my playthrough videos. This is actually the start of a brand new campaign that I'm going to be running. The game is called Rangers of Shadowdeep by Joseph McCullough. Joe is also the creator of Frostgrave, Stargrave, Ghost Archipelago, and many other games out there with his name on it. This one runs very similar to Frostgrave, which is one of my most favorite games in the world. But this one's designed for solo pretty much from the start. You play a ranger and you can run his allies or her allies. I have one ranger and four allies here, and the campaign is going to tell a story over a set number of missions. This is mission number 1. It is played on a 3x3 table. The scenario tells you how to lay it all out. Now, I lacked things like trees and rocks. I'm going to go ahead and start making some of that. So I used what I had here. But the primary thing is you have 5 structures, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And around those structures are a series of clues indicated by these red cubes. There's 4 that are placed non-randomly. 1, 2, 3 over there, and 4 behind this bridge. And then I rolled randomly for 2 additional ones, which one will go here on this bridge, and the other one's going on the rooftop of this structure. Let's see. The ranger and his allies will start in the center. There are also enemies that are pre-placed. I've got 4 zombies in the midpoint of the side. So 1 here, 2, 3, and 4. And then there are 2 giant rats, 1 here near this clue, and 1 over near that clue. I'm using line of sight rules, so if the creatures can see me, they will move towards me. Otherwise, they will move randomly. I've got some rough terrain out there. Climbing rules are in effect. Elevation is 2 to 1. So if you can move 2, if you only need to climb 1 inch, it takes 2 inches of movement. And that's about it. It's a D20 game, and it also uses a deck of cards. These are the diamonds. So just shuffle these up before you start. You need the, at least for this scenario, you need the ace through the, and then 2 through 9 cards. Just a red set. I'm using the diamonds. And then I have a little card here to help me remember the stats of the creatures. There are 4 phases, just like Frostgrave. It starts out with the ranger phase. Then you do the creature phase. Then you do the companion phase, which is your allies. And then last is the event phase, where you draw a card and you consult the chart to see what happens. Sometimes this can be beneficial, sometimes not beneficial. And that's about it. So I'm ready to get started. I'm going to go ahead and take my first decision, which is I'm going to send my ranger towards this rat. I don't know if I can reach him in one move, but I want to kill him so I can immediately get to this clue. The reason I'm in a hurry is this game is played over a series of 8 turns. Each turn has those 4 phases. When the 8th turn ends, the game ends. So I've got to find out as much as possible about what has happened in this abandoned village before the game ends. So my ranger can move 7, and 7 is right up to the rat. And so he's going to attack. The rat is +0 fight, and my ranger is +3. If the rat does damage to me, I have to roll to see if I catch a disease. The green die is the ranger, blue die is the creature. I rolled a 9, and he rolled a 9, but we didn't tie. I rolled technically a 12, and he rolled a 9. 12... His armor, the rat's armor, is 12, so no damage got through. So unfortunately, they're still going to be fighting. On the creature phase, the rat will attack, so I'll get another chance. All right, I have a conjurer, which is basically a spellcaster. I have a rogue. I have an archer, and I have a tracker. And they all have various skills that they'll be using throughout this game. And they also have their own movement values. Now, I could have group activated and moved 2 of them at the same time as I did my ranger, but I want to spread out because I really do need to get this solved before the 8th turn hits around. So let me see. Let's start with my conjurer. He can move 6, and he's right here. I really don't want my conjurer getting in too much combat because his fight is +0, so he's not going to be so good in a fight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually keep him as far away from the bad guys as I can, or at least moving constantly away from the bad guys. So I'm going to send him under this bridge. There's no enemy over here. Hopefully well, this zombie can actually see them. This is a collapsed building, but this zombie can't. So hopefully this zombie doesn't move in that direction. So he can move 6 and then half, which is 9. On your second move, you move half your distance. So I'm just going to shift him out of the way. 9 inches would put him right about here. So he didn't quite make the clue, but that's okay. Next is going to be my rogue. My rogue is this little fast-running guy right here. The rogue can move 7, so if I dash or do an extra action, he can move 7 plus 3, 10.5 inches. So 10.5, can that get him? That can get him all the way to this clue on the table, but not grabbing it. So on the next turn, hopefully we will be able to get that. Let's see, my tracker. I want my tracker to use that bow that he has because he's also +2 shoot. So the range is 24 inches. There's a zombie right here with no cover. It's a straight shot. 15 inches away, so I'm going to do that. The zombie does get a roll to see if the zombie dodges, but first off, I'll just roll to see if I hit. My archer is +2 to shoot. There's no intervening terrain, so I just rolled the die. I rolled a 5, so he missed. I'm going to go ahead and have him move a little closer to pull that zombie in. He'll move, what can he move? He can move 6, so I'll move him right here and keep the zombie in his sights. And then finally I have my tracker, who also has a bow. He's +2 to shoot. He just has a little more armor and he's faster, but he also cost me more to buy as an ally. Each of these allies has an associated cost to recruit them, and some are more expensive than others. So I definitely want my tracker to stay alive. He was expensive. So was my conjurer. They were both at most too expensive. He can see that rat, and there is one intervening piece of terrain, so the rat is going to get +1 to his defense. He's within 9 inches. Oops. So I will go ahead and roll to see if he hits. He's +2, and I rolled a 19. Trust me, that is going to be enough to kill that rat. The rat has armor 12, health 1. So I took out the rat, and now I want to move towards it. He can move, tracker can move 7. So I want him going at that clue. 7 inches will put him right here. All right, that is the end of the... I can't believe I did that. You know what? I totally did it wrong. It was supposed to be the creature phase, then the companion phase. So I'll skip the companion phase this turn, and I'll try to remember to do it next time. Live and learn, and don't make the same mistake again. All right, so it's the creature phase. The rat will attack. Remember, the rat is blue. And the rat rolled a 6, and I rolled a 7. 7 plus 3 is 10, so they're still in combat. Nobody did any damage. So what we'll do is we'll roll 1 to 10. He's going this way. 11 to 20. He's going this way. I rolled a natural 1, so he's going to move. The zombie moves what, 4? 4, and he'll move again, which is 2, so he can move 6 inches in this direction. So he's moving that way. All right, let's see. This zombie right here sees the archer, and he can move 6, which is not going to be enough to get him there. Let's see, where do I have him? I had him right about here. So he'll go right about here. This zombie can see my rogue, and unfortunately, he can engage my rogue. He can't do any combat because he double moved. And then this one can see my tracker, so he'll move 6, which puts him right there. That is the end of the creature phase. I already took my companion phase. So now we go to the event phase. I'm going to use this red die here to track my turns. I don't have a D8 handy, so I'll just have to remember. I'm on turn number 1. What you do, again, I already shuffled, but I'll shuffle them again just for you. You shuffle your cards, and you draw one. And I drew a 6. And there is a chart in the rule book that you consult. And a red 6, giant rats, plural. Place 2 giant rats on the table adjacent to 2 randomly determined buildings. If possible, these rats should be placed out of line of sight of any heroes. I can do that. All right, so 2 rats. I've got 2 new ones. And it says it should be randomly placed adjacent to 2 buildings, but not within sight. All right, that's going to be tricky. Here's a structure. I can put it behind here. It's next to it, and it does not see. It's not line of sight. And then I can also place this one here. I'll place it right here, hiding behind this building. But I can't see it with any of my heroes. All right, there we go. So I think you shuffle this back in. I cannot remember about the event cards, but I tell you what, we're going to set it aside because I don't know that for a fact. So I probably want to encounter all the events, or as many as I can. All right, so up next is it goes back to the ranger phase. So all I've got is a ranger. He's got to fight this rat once again, and we are now at this on round 2. I rolled a natural. Oh, the rat rolled a natural 20. Are you kidding me? They don't do critical. I don't believe they do. I don't think creatures do critical, but obviously he hit. And my armor is 12. So 8 points of damage. Man, it must have been like an attack to my neck or something. He's down to 10 health. And I have to roll to see if I caught a disease, which uses your current health, which is, it just says target number 8. Giant rat is disease target number 8. So I have to roll 8 or higher, and I rolled a 10. So he did not catch a disease, which is probably a good thing. But man, he got hit hard. Thankfully, I have an ability called Heal. I'm going to go ahead and use it. Takes me up to 15, and I already used it. You cannot use it again in this particular scenario, but that was needed. All right, so he attacked the rat, lost. He cannot do another attack. He can only move, and I'm not going to move because that would give the rat a free attack. So now it is the creature phase. All right, so let's see. Let's go with the rat. The rat is the blue die. And the rat rolled a natural 1, and I rolled a 2, so nobody got hit. Unfortunately, the zombie can also now engage but not attack because it double moved. This zombie can engage. That zombie is engaged with my rogue? With my rogue. My rogue is +1 fight. The zombie is +0. I don't know. I'll re-roll it because I didn't see what it was. Come on. I rolled a 7. So the zombie missed. The rogue hit. 16 +1 fight is 17. The zombie's armor is 12. 17. 5 points. He's got 6 health, so he's got 1 health left. Come on. All right, and then this guy over here can move 6, which isn't going to be enough to get to my tracker. And then the rats. Remember, there's a rat around here. The rat can move 6 + 3 is 9. And unfortunately, I think he's going to be able to swamp. If he moves 3, he gets to here. And then, oh yeah. So I've got 2 rats attacking me now. And then this rat right here will move out 1 inch. And then, oh yeah, he can engage my tracker as well. Darn it! Or that's not my. Is that my tracker? That's my archer. Oops. All right, that is it for the creature phase. Now it's the companion phase. All right. Well, my companions are really in a lurch here. Let's go ahead and deal with this one. This is the rogue versus the zombie. Rogue again is +1 fight. and I rolled a, what did I roll? I rolled an 8, and he rolled a 6, so they're still in combat. Let's do this one. I want to hit the, that's my archer. My archer is +2 fight, and I'm going to fight the rat. So the archer rolled a 15 versus 2. I think that's enough to kill the rat. Rat's armor was 0, health was 1. Yes, so armor was 6, excuse me. So I rolled a, what did I say, a 15, 9 points got through, the rat dies. And then that's my tracker, right? Yeah, my tracker is going to, tracker is +2 to fight. I'll go ahead and engage that zombie. And he's +2. I rolled a 9, and the zombie rolled a 6. So they are engaged, but no damage. And then finally, I'm going to have my conjurer move to the clue, and then I will spend an action to pick it up. When a hero moves into contact with a clue marker, its action ends immediately. Roll on the clue marker table. The clue marker is a D20. I rolled a 5, which is a survivor. You have found a badly wounded but living villager. Treat this figure as a companion with the following stats. All right, hey, I'll take a companion. He's a civilian, so I'm going to put him here, and I've got the clue. That is the end of the companion phase. Now we go to the event phase. I draw a card, which is a 4 of diamonds, which is a zombie. Place a zombie adjacent to one randomly determined clue marker. All right, there are 5 clues left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll just roll. We're on still in round 2. I'm going to roll this, and I'll re-roll a 6, and I'll start here and go clockwise. Man, I've got to get a dice table. I rolled a 6, which is a re-roll. I rolled a 1, so it's going to go right here. So great, I get another zombie right here. That is the end of the event phase. Now we are back to the ranger phase and the start of round 3. The ranger has 2 rats and a zombie. I got to deal with these rats. They are not that disease is what I hate. So, roll this. The rat rolled a natural 20, which is enough to almost kill him. That's 10, 12, minus 20, 8, 7 hit points left. 7 hit points. Although I lost because I rolled a 19, so he definitely beat me. Now I rolled to see if there's a disease, target number 8. I rolled a 17, so there's no disease. Now it's the creature phase, so let's go ahead and see what happens to Mr. Ranger here. He's got 2 rats and a zombie, so we'll start with the 2 rats. The rats are +0 fight, so we'll start at the top and move towards the zombie. I rolled an 18, and he rolled a 5. That's enough to kill that rat. Second rat attacks. I rolled a 13, +3 is 16. That is definitely enough to kill that rat. And then the zombie is +0 fight. And I rolled a 15 to its 2. So 18 versus 12 armor is 6. 6 hit points is enough to kill the zombie. So a very good fight for the ranger. Unfortunately, there is another creature now that is on the creature phase. It is going to move. So this one will move to engage. This one right here is going to attack my... It's not my rogue, that is my archer. Archer's +2. I rolled a 9 to the rat, to the zombies, 15. 15 is enough to hit my archer. Armor 11, 4 hit points got through, so he's down to 6 health. Let's go to the rogue over there. The rogue is up against a zombie. And, oh, you know what? Is there a rat? No, he defeated the rat. That's right. There's 1 zombie. So the rogue is +1 to fight. Rogue rolled a 19 to its 3. That is enough to kill that zombie, thankfully. And what else? Oh, the tracker. Tracker over here is engaged. Tracker is +2. I rolled a natural 20, but it rolled a 19. It does not have a modifier. But so the 20 will beat it and kill that zombie. I just almost cleaned the whole table in one shot, except for that one right there. Okay, it's time to start. Man, I've only got one clue. All right, now it's the event phase. I pulled a 3, which is the body of Aventine. Oh, no, I don't know what this, I kind of remember this. You have discovered the body of the missing ranger. There's a story about a missing ranger here. The figure discovering the body should make an immediate armory roll of target number 6. If successful, it recognizes that Aventine's sword is magic and brings it with it. This sword gives +1 fight. It can be used by this figure for the rest of the scenario if it can normally use a hand weapon, and can be given to any figure in the next scenario. After that, the sword is returned to the king. All right, you have discovered the body. The figure discovering the body should make an immediate roll. So I didn't decide who should pick it up. We'll do random. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will roll the d6 and see who gets it. Starting here, thankfully the 1 tells me that my ranger has it. Now I have to roll a target number of 6. Armory roll. Armory. Do I have the armory skill? I do not. So I just need to roll a 6 or higher. I rolled a 17, so I did. I'll make a note of this. I have the +1 fight sword. Sword of Aventine. All right, and I am using a sword, so I can swap that out, and I get +1 fight. So now I'm at +4 fight. Excellent. All right, that's the event. Now we go to the start of round 4. I've got a zombie engaged with my ranger. Let's go ahead and fight him. He's +4 now. I rolled a natural 20 to its 11. That's enough to kill that zombie. And I will finish my move to the clue. And it says that when you come in contact, you immediately end your turn, but you resolve the clue. The clue is a d20, and you re-roll. By the way, the instructions tell you that if I roll the Aventine or that's the only thing or the survivor, I re-roll. So I rolled an 11, which is a mutilated body. You discover a body with strange bite marks that appear to be poisonous. Make an immediate survival roll to see if you can determine their nature. Target number 6. I rolled a 6. So, do I have survivor? Actually, I have survival, which is +1. So I rolled a 7. I have that skill. So I did determine its nature. And I think probably at some point the scenario will ask me, like, if you determined I found the body and I determined the nature of its death. And that gives me XP points. All right, that's cool. All right, so I've got those clues. I got to get the rest of these clues in 4 turns. Okay, it is now the creature phase. The creatures, there is a zombie attacking my archer. So let's go ahead and check that. The archer rolled a 16 plus 2 is 18. 18 to 12 armor, 6 points. That is enough to kill the zombie. Right now, this is very good. I have cleaned up the area of enemies, although they can still appear with pulls of the event card. So now it's all about getting these clues. All right, so let's see. On this turn, the rogue will pick this one up. Let's roll to see what it is. I rolled an 8, which is strange tracks. You discover some very odd tracks. Make an immediate track roll to see if you can determine their nature. Target number 6. I do not have tracking for the rogue's skill, so I just need to roll a 6 or higher. I rolled a natural 20. This green die is hot today. And no, that is not that dice always rolls bad for me in Frostgrave. So it's doing well. It's making up for it today. All right, so cool. So I found the odd tracks, and I was successful in, what was it? What did it say? 8. Determine their nature. Determined nature. Excellent. So he did that. The tracker will move and touch this one. So far I've got 4 clues. Let's see what this clue is. I rolled a 16, which is treasure. Treat the clue marker as a treasure token. If this token is being carried by a hero at the end of the scenario, you may roll to see what it is. All right, so let me give him a treasure token. I have this little chest here, which I will put on his person. Cool. All right, so I did get a treasure. So I actually have another. I have a survivor. This survivor has move of 3. He's not going to be much help. I'm going to tell him to get to the center of the area just to get out of danger. 3 plus 1.5 is 4.5. So he'll move right here. And then my conjurer can move 6. It's 3. Actually it's 2. 2 to right here. This is an inch. So that costs me 2 to climb. So 2, 4, and then he moves in contact with that. Let's see what that is. I rolled a natural 20, which is a zombie. Did I already roll a zombie? I can't remember. Replace the clue marker with a zombie that is in combat with a figure that moved into contact. Oh, no, I did not do that. So now my conjurer has a zombie attacking him. He has no more actions left, so that'll have to resolve next turn. Moved. My tracker. Tracker has not moved. There is 1 clue left. 1. I'm almost done. So let's get up on this roof. He can move 2 inches here. This is 2 inches, so that's 4. That moves him. That's 6 inches, which is his move. He's my tracker. Tracker's 7. So he can move 1 more inch, and then he would double move and touch this clue token. And let's see what this clue token... let's see. 16, treasure. You have to re-roll it. 14, herbs. You find some herbs discarded by a villager. Roll once on the herbs and potion table. 1x, herbs and potion table. Take table to see what you have discovered. This may be given to any member of the company at the end of the scenario. All right. Now I draw. There are no more. Oh, there are. This was the companion phase. Now it's the event phase. I rolled a 5 of diamonds. I did shuffle this, I promise. 5 of diamonds is a giant rat. Place 1 giant rat as near to a hero as it can get while still being in contact with a building. It will be in contact with my adventurer. It doesn't say it can't be in contact. Just as close to the hero, but also touching a building, and that certainly would do it. I could also have done it, I guess, with the tracker, but we'll do it with the ranger. That is the end of the event phase. Now it is the tracker, and that is the beginning of turn 5. Or no, yeah, turn 5. Let's roll for the rat. I don't need another crit. I rolled a 10 plus 4 is 14 against the rat is dead. He rolled a 4, so the rat is dead. There are no more creatures. So now all of my heroes will try to get back to the center to group up. He can move 3, and then doubles 4, that's 7, and then he can move 3.5, so that puts him right about there. The tracker has a treasure, so he's moving half speed to carry. So his movement is 7, 10.5, but half of that is 3.5, and then another 1.75. I'm just gonna say he can move 5. He'll be okay. He's gonna move right there. My conjurer needs to deal with this zombie. The conjurer has spells. I have not used spells yet, so let me go ahead and do that. Fireball. Let's see what Fireball does. I may be too close to him to do Fireball. Pick a point within line of sight. All figures within 2 inches suffer a +3 shooting. I'm not going to do that. Okay, the Conjurer, no Fireball, no armor, no heal. So he's just gonna have to fight him. His fight is +0, so they're just going toe-to-toe. I rolled an 11 versus... No, I rolled a 7, sorry, versus his 11. That's enough to get a point through. So he's down to 11 health. I rolled a 7, so that's not enough to hurt the zombie. So the zombie will stay engaged. This guy's going to move closer to the center. I can't move my archer. That's it. That is all. Nope, I didn't move the rogue. He can move his full time, so he's going to move in here. That is the end of the creature phase. No, now it's the event phase. Creature phase already attacked. Did I do that? All right, the event phase, 9 of diamonds. Let's see what that is. 9 of diamonds. Disease. Any figure that is reduced to 0 health during this scenario must make a health roll or suffer disease in the next scenario. Use a figure's starting health to make the roll. All right, none of my guys are at 0 health, so I don't have to worry about that. Now we're at the start of turn 6. The ranger can move 7 plus 3.5 is 10.5. That should be plenty to get him back to the center. It is now creature phase. The zombie will attack my wizard. Zombie rolled a 9. I rolled a 17. 17 is enough to do 5 points, so there's 1 point remaining. 1 point. And he's going to shove him back. When you win a combat, you can choose to shove him back. And then that was the creature phase. So on my phase, I'm just going to run. And it is now the companion phase. So everybody's moving sort of back to the center. This guy is going to move 3. And then climb down. It's 1 inch, so that's 2 inch. So he can definitely climb down and move. And then it is the event phase, 2 of diamonds. Zombies. Place 2 zombies on the table at the center points of 2 different randomly determined table edges. Okay, edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's another zombie up here. And the other zombie is at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there's another zombie over here. That is the event phase. Now it is back to the ranger phase. Ranger does not have a bow. Well, he does have a bow, but it takes an action to switch it, so I'm not going to do... Well, I'll do that. He's got a bow now, but he can't fire. And my archer can totally fire. That's within distance, and there's no line of sight blockage. So the archer is +2 to shoot. I rolled a natural 20, so that's plenty to kill that zombie. Well, it wasn't his turn. The zombie would have moved closer, and then this zombie would have moved closer. He's up on the edge here. I will have... Now it's the companion phase. So I shot the zombie. My archer... No, my tracker has the bow. I will have him shoot that zombie before he moves. He is +2 to shoot. I rolled a natural 1 to a natural 1, so he totally missed. Now the wizard can shoot fireball. It is I'm going to pick this point and anything within 2 inches, which would be that zombie, and it is a +3 shoot attack. I rolled a 6, so that does nothing. He'll move away from that zombie, and all I've got left is I did my archer. The rogue has a throwing knife. The attack has a maximum range of 8, definitely within that range, and does -1 damage. Okay. A figure carrying an unused throwing knife as his only... Okay, so -1 damage, but if I roll high, I rolled a 9. Is it a shoot attack? Shooting attack. The rogue has +1 shoot, so that becomes a 10. But it's still armor of 12, so it misses. So he threw his knife, but it missed. That is the end of companion phase. We now go to turn 7. And I drew a 7 of diamonds. Let's see what that is. 7 of diamonds is... collapse. One of the buildings determined randomly collapse. Any figure within 2 inches of it suffers an immediate damage. It doesn't matter. They're not... so I'll start with this one right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. I rolled a 1. So it's this building collapses. So the bridge falls down. I'm going to make the zombie collapses, and this building collapses. Back to the ranger phase. Ranger now has a bow. He will shoot at the zombie. I am plus 2 to shoot. And I rolled a natural 19, so that's enough to kill that zombie. There are no creatures to move. All of my guys gather in the center. Good job. High fives all around. And then I draw an event card. Didn't I just draw the event card? I did. So Archer would have moved. Creatures. Oh, sorry. So I do one more. Ace of Diamonds. The ace is zombies. Place 4 additional zombies on the table. It doesn't matter. I can put them out because that is the end of round 8. Or actually, that starts round 8, doesn't it? This guy would have moved 4, 6, and then moved. And then the others would have moved in, but this is going to be it. So I've got one more zombie to shoot. Archer has a bow, so let's roll. I rolled a 14 plus 4, plus 2, 16. 16 versus 12 armor. Only 4 hit points got through, or 4 point damage, so he's still alive. He's going to go and engage with my tracker. So the tracker, now it's companion turn. The tracker will fight him. Tracker is plus 2 to fight. I rolled a 6 to his 5, so they both lose. My Archer will engage. He gets a bonus because he's teamed up, so he gets plus 4 to fight. And I rolled a 8. Plus 4 is 12. That's not enough to get through his armor. And then finally my rogue will move in. So he gets plus 6, plus 2. He's at plus 8. No, plus 2, plus 4, plus 6. He's at plus 6. And I rolled a 17. 23 is plenty to kill that zombie. And now the creature phase, the zombies would have moved in. Event phase, which is, how is this right? I had 9 cards, right? I must have done something wrong. I didn't draw that many. I couldn't have drawn, I could only draw 8 cards, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I only have 9 cards. So anyway, that's okay. I'll try to figure out how to resolve that in the next game. So that was pretty cool. I actually found a lot of the clues successfully and was able to do whatever it is I do. So let's see. What I do now is I look on the XP chart. Assuming the Rangers survive, proceed to Scenario 2. All figures that survive regain full health. Rangers gain XP as follows. Plus 2 for each giant, rat, or zombie killed. I'm pretty sure I killed 3 zombies, or 3 rats and 1 zombie. So 4 times 2 is plus 8 XP to the Ranger. Plus 6 XP for each clue marker uncovered. I got all 6 clues, so that's 36 XP. Plus 12 if Aventin's body is discovered. Yep. Plus 5 if his sword was discovered. Yep. Plus 15 if survivor is found and lives, which he did. Plus 6 if the tracks were discovered and successfully determined their nature. I did. And then plus 6 if the mutilated body was found and the marks, bite marks were determined. Yes. Wow. I really did good on this scenario. I'm sure they're going to get much, much harder. All right, there you go. This is Scenario 1, which it seemed easy, and I think it was meant to be, of Rangers of Shadowdeep. I am going to continue playing this, and I'm going to go ahead and probably order the next book in the series just so I don't have to wait for it. And I'm just going to keep going, and hopefully my Ranger's name, by the way, is Lenric. I don't even know if you'll be able to see this. I will scan this sheet. I'll clean it up. I'll scan this in and make it available as a download along with the video so that you can check out my Ranger and his skills and also the 4 companions that I have chosen for this adventure. All right, I am on to Scenario 2. I'll probably be doing one of these every week, so check back in a week for another Rangers of Shadowdeep campaign adventure, and it will be number 2. This is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. I hope you enjoyed this. Everybody, take care.